Oh, sure.
You know, it's shocking to see 3 performances. Plays open and
Right.
close. Like,
And the fact that you all got here anyway.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
this was not original.
this was a
originally
show.
planned,
We
right?
did the show at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., and it was never intended to be a Broadway show. It was intended only to run for 3 weeks at the Kennedy Center, and the response was staggering, and it's still staggering.
Wow.
People cheering, screaming. It's unfathomable to me that it's closing because of how it moves people.
On that note, I just want to share with you people who have died on this day.
Oh.
Yes,
well,
because it's
let's
pretty
by all
interesting.
means.
Yeah, you know who died on this day?
Who?
December 30th. Tyrone Powers passed away
Wow,
on
no
December
kidding.
30th. You know, talking about big... Ragtime has a big effect, it seems like. It's very symbolic to so many things, as you're saying. And Tyrone Power, he was pretty bold and big in that world.
Yeah.
Also, Richard Rodgers passed away on December the 30th.
I did not
Talk
know that.
about musical theater.
True.
I don't know if it's a skeleton or not. I'm open about it, but I love show tunes. I love them from being a little kid, and I will always love show tunes. I just always did. I just did. My brothers, I remember, I think I said this once before, one Christmas, I remember, one brother got Magical Mystery Tour, the other got Sgt. Pepper, and I got Oklahoma. I know, and I was so happy. I know, I was a little one, but that's all I ever did. I would listen to them over and over.
Great.
I love show tunes. So Rodgers and Hammerstein, that's my favorite Cinderella. If there is a Cinderella, that's the one.
That's a great one.
That's the only
Remember
one.
the TV one?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
the
what
one?
I mean.
Yeah, with
Leslie Ann Warren.
Ann
Oh,
Warren.
I wanted
I was
to
a kid,
be
I was
her.
like, oh, I wish they'd show this,
Well,
all
Brandy,
the
they
time.
just redid it in
Which I have
Whitney
not
Houston
seen.
was fairy godmother.
Yeah.
Wow.
I love it.
Yeah?
It's great.
All right.
Oh my God, it's the same song.
Yeah, it's true.
It's the best. I love that.
Whitney was the fairy godmother.
She was.
Wow. I don't think that was pixie dust she was
And
sprinkling.
Brandy. No wonder. Well, Brandy
was that white
Brandy was
powder?
Cinderella. I
Yes.
mean, you never know. And Swifty Lazar, darn, he died on this day, which is a real bummer because him and Johnny Carson are two people I did not get to rub elbows with, and they seemed pretty valuable to this industry. Swifty, I know. So, and then there's only one more, Burt Burns.
Who is Burt Burns?
He is the songwriter and producer, believe it or not, of the song Twist and Shout.
Oh, really?
Oh, Burt.
Yep, and he died at 38 years old.
Wow.
So the Beatles didn't write Twist and Shout.
Look at that. Go figure. They might claim they did, but they didn't.
Well, nobody can sing it like Lennon did, though.
Twist and Shout.
I think that was really, to me, that record is like the invention of the rock and roll way to sing.
Well, you
That
weren't here
screamy
earlier
sound.
because today is the day that the Beatles disbanded.
It's true.
Actually,
On the 30th.
December. Talk about death.
Yeah.
Yep, it was the day that the Beatles disbanded, and Paul McCartney, that God bless Sir Paul McCartney, he sued all of his bandmates to dissolve the Beatles.
Wow.
He was thinking that way back then.
He was
Cha-cha-ching,
done.
cha-cha-ching.
He wanted out.
He knew.
I've had
Yeah,
enough.
he did.
He knew,
Yeah.
and look who's still standing on 2 legs.
Yeah, yeah. I remember that. They said they'd stop touring because they stopped touring because they said they couldn't hear themselves play, and nobody could hear them
because
they
of
didn't
the
have the
screaming.
technology back then. They just had tiny little amps.
Oh,
they
I
didn't
thought
have these giant things.
so. The fans were too loud.
Just screaming, constant screaming. And they're like, what's the point? I mean, we're not really actually, reaching anybody.
How
They
many
can't hear
Ed
the
Sullivans
music.
can we do?
Right.
Yeah. So that's what I heard.
Wow. So that was why they broke up? Oh, Yoko,
Well,
you are off
I don't
the
know
hook.
if that's why they broke up.
I know. I knew it wasn't Yoko.
Don't blame Yoko.
I never do. I never
No.
do. It was Paul.
Well,
But regardless of that, is there any other things you would like to share with the world?
No, I think, for your listeners out there, especially those of you who love musical theater, even if you don't love musical theater,
I do.
Ragtime is an enormously impactful experience.
So
and
you
I-
get, what,
I
one
highly
more week of
recommend to see it.
ragtime?
Yeah, we've got, we don't have a show tomorrow or Friday. We don't have New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. There are 2 more on Saturday, 1 on Sunday, and then the following week, Tuesday through Sunday. So come see it. I'm also doing something really interesting the following
They
week.
giving cheap tickets out?
Well, I don't think they will be now because we're
Now it's a hot
selling.
ticket.
Now we're hot.
Isn't that
I'm
crazy?
doing something. It's actually sort of a sequel to Jesus Christ Superstar, though it's not by Andrew Lloyd Webber. piece called The 12, which is going to be at the China Club, not this Sunday, but the following Sunday at 7 o'clock, and it's free.
So you're going right from
very
ragtime
cool.
into Jesus.
Into that. Well, I'm actually playing Peter in it. It's the story of how the disciples become the apostles, and it's a sort of a mix between like Rent and that story, because they're a band in the show. They're a band, and I play Peter the apostle, who's the lead singer for the band, and it's about them sort of figuring out what the heck they're going to do with
Get
themselves.
down, Rudolph.
Wow.
Exactly, right?
Rudolph
wow.
going down.
Get
Yeah,
down.
So I hope it comes to you.
Oh,
That's at
go
the China
down.
Club, which is on 40. Where's
40
China?
China
27th in here in Manhattan. So come check that out. It's
Wow, Peter,
it's
Peter,
great music
Peter.
in it by a gentleman named Neil Berg, who's an incredible.
So is there a
Wow,
chance?
cool.
Is there a chance that just might end up in Broadway one day?
You never know. I mean, Neil has written some amazing shows, and this, certainly is on that list. He's actually got one that I think is
So you
more
might not be off
prime.
Broadway for very long.
No, I hope not.
Look
He's-
at that.
He's done a musical version of Grumpy Old Men, which is actually I think has got its money and looks like it's going to be happening. So
On Broadway.
that'll probably be his first.
And it's
big
a musical.
Broadway show. It's a musical. Yeah.
Wow. So you
I think-
could possibly be the person in that.
I could. You never know.
Hopefully you're not a grumpy old man.
No, but it's a musical, and he just played someone in ragtime that was a
middle-aged
grumpy old man.
Yes, you
So we have a little segment on our show, and it's a segment that you're gonna. Is that it? We're gonna have you tell us something. Oh, sorry. Finish is the best, and nobody should listen to me because I'm constantly making error, but that's okay because the year is ending and we start fresh. How is that possible? Yeah, the 20. Do you believe in those things like midnight boom? Everything
No.
changes.
No, I don't. I am looking forward to being able to say
2010. I like it
instead
too.
of 2000 something.
Yes.
It's
Well,
just-
9. I didn't mind. 2009, I feel, was just like one big continuation from 2008 in a way. But yet, when I look back, every time I do this, I look back on a year, and you realize a lot of stuff happens in a year.
Yes, it does.
A lot of things happen. Whether you knew, things unbeknownst to when it began will happen. And we're ready. But this is your happening right now. This is called Skeletons in the Closet. And I don't know. I'm sure you got one in your closet.
Skeletons in the closet?
Yeah, just one. We just want you to share a skeleton from your closet.
Miles probably has one.
No,
for
I'm
me.
not.
Oh,
I'm not going
for
to be
him.
responsible for pulling that out.
He can think of the exact one, actually.
Skeletons in my closet. And just generally things in my life that I go, oh, geez. that was
Yeah,
something
that's just one.
I wish I hadn't done.
Maybe not. Maybe you're glad you did it. Yeah.
No,
that
I have. It's just a terribly embarrassing moment that happened to me once. I was at my. I was best man at my best friend's second wedding, and we'd all been drinking and carrying on, and whatever, and it was time to do the toast. And I called his new wife by the name of his ex.
Oh.
And that that you did magnify that by 500 guests.
Oh, you did it
was
like on the microphone?
Oh, yeah. And I went, oh, God. And you know what? She was amazing. She just went, it's okay. Everybody does it. It's fine.
Oh, everybody does it to
Everybody
him?
does it. Yeah.
How long was he with the
poor
previous
thing,
one?
Like
2
did
years. Oh, that's long.
Well,
but
it was
not
longer
long.
than that, but I think the marriage lasted about that long. But
Oh, wait a minute.
But it
you
was
mean
just one of
his
those moments where you just go, okay,
ex-wife.
I'm just gonna disappear now.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Just melt away.
You could just
Yeah.
go out into song
And
or
I
something.
ruined a perfectly good toast. It
You
was
could
such
turn into a
beautiful-
cast. Oh, it was during the toast.
Yeah. That's
Wow. Oh, there is one more.